Hey, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. So, in the support group for Russell Klein, I've had a ton of questions lately from new people asking how to start the process. It is confusing, it can be a little bit intimidating, so it's totally okay. My best advice is to download the app for Etsy or just go online and type in Etsy and the website will pop up. You need to do a free account. That's the only way to do it. You have to log in with your free account that connects you to the sellers. So it allows you to contact the sellers on Etsy. Um, Once you do that, you can go to his site and I will put a link in the description box so it's easily accessible for you guys. Once you get on there, there's all different kinds of options. Now, Russell's added a whole bunch of packages and it is intimidating. I looked on there earlier and there's just a lot. There's a lot. So let's say, for instance, the upper acrylic denture, one wax try-in, one impression kit for I think it's $395 or somewhere right under $400. That's a good deal. It really is. But how do you know that's what you need? There's just so much on there. There's also the standard non-custom dentures that are per plate. I think it's $150. It's hard to know what you need. So, if it confuses you, if you don't want to search all the different ads on there, you can go straight to contact seller. In there, you want to tell him what your needs are, what your wants are, your concerns, all of the information that you think is necessary to get a good opinion from him. Give him a little bit of time, 3 to 5 days, something like that. He gets a lot of inquiries. It's good to go through Etsy because it keeps a record of your conversations, and he does have a lot of contact. So it's really hard to keep track of everybody. So it's good for him to have that record of conversations so he knows what you guys discuss. It keeps it in the record. So just know that there's a reason for it. If you haven't heard from him in 3 to 5 days and it hasn't been a weekend, a holiday, vacation, something like that, give it another try because Etsy is notorious for dropping emails. It's not a secret. So if it's been 5 days and you haven't heard from him in your first inquiry, go ahead and send it again. But if it's only been a couple days, just wait it out. It's better to do it that way than doubling up on things because it can get lost in the shuffle. So just give it some time. So once you contact Russell and he tells you his opinion of what you need, then you order the impression kit. He's going to ask you for some measurements just so that he gets everything right, gets the trays in the right size, things like that. Once he ships it to you, just know you don't have to do it by yourself. You can take it to your dentist. You can take it to a friend. You can take it to your dentist, your prosthodontist, your denturist, whoever you feel comfortable with that might have experience in this. You can take it to them. Now, I'm not saying they won't charge you a fee or they might not decline. Most dentists I've seen have said okay, but there might be a few out there that might get their pride hurt. So you might have to call around. But there are a lot of people out there willing to help you, and it's not something that you have to do at home alone. So keep that in mind. I would take the entire kit with you, instructions and everything, so they know what Russell's looking for, they know what he is needing, just so that it's clear. Also know that about half the people that do the impression kits have to redo them on a second try. It's just the way that it is, and it's not just Russell. It's not just you. Happens in dentist offices too. I had to do a couple of them. They had to redo my measurements a few times and redo the custom trays. It's just something that happens, and a lot of times you do have to pay for it. You have to pay for it with Russell. He does have a 2 impression kit package that you can buy, if you wanna be double safe. If you're in another country, let's say Canada, New Zealand, things like that, shipping is going to be a little bit more, and it's not something that he sets, it's just something that happens. Taxes are also different, so depending on where you're located. Just know that that is, something that nobody can really tackle. Once you do that, you send the impression kit back. He rather gives you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If it's thumbs down, you have to redo it. If it's a thumbs up, then you go to the next phase. That is if you ordered a wax try-in, he will start that process. If you're going straight for the appliance, he will go that route. So wax try-ins are something that I don't suggest to new denture wearers because you're having so much change anyway. It's not really worth the cost to do it. unless you have a lot of money to just throw out. I mean, you have so much shrinkage and change in the beginning phases that the wax try-in process is, unless you plan on keeping them for a long time. I didn't do it. My husband didn't do it. He's 18 months out and still wearing his temporary dentures from Russell, and we just put a new reliner in there every couple weeks or, whenever he's ready, and they work fine still. He's perfectly happy with them. So it just depends on what your preferences are, but if you're a new denture wearer, definitely keep that in mind. Also, when it comes to new dentures, the ultra thin from Russell is not suggested for new denture wearers. And the reason for that is because you have so much change in your mouth. The ultras aren't compatible with soft reliners that are on the market right now. They just don't work out. They don't stick to the material. And so it's better to get an acrylic denture in the beginning as your temporary denture and then go for an ultra when you're ready for your permanents. That way that you have a better fit. You don't have to worry about the soft reliner thing. It's just a way better stress-free experience. So when it comes to that, you kind of have to personalize your experience with him. So everybody's is different. If you ordered a temporary denture for extraction day, then you really don't need to do a wax try-in or anything like that. Then you can do the impressions before you get your teeth pulled. He will send you the denture so you can take it with you the day of. Now, I didn't receive mine until the day after, and that was because it was a holiday and such. So it wasn't Russell's fault. It was just the way the postal service worked. But that is an option also. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, it's a pretty personalized experience, and you really need to talk to Russell to go through that process. But just keep in mind that you need to create a free account with Etsy. Contact the seller, which is Russell. I will put a link in the description box. If you want to join the support group, awesome. It's not just for Russell Klein people, it's a denture support group also. But please keep in mind that I am not Russell's complaint department. I don't work for Russell. I don't benefit from any of it. And if you have an issue with Russell or Etsy, you need to go directly to them, because I try to keep all the complaints out of the support group because I can't verify them. And I don't know if someone did or didn't purchase or anything like that. So until I start receiving money as the complaint department, I do not allow them in the group. It just makes things easier that way. If you want actual verified reviews, you can go to Etsy and see them there. Otherwise, it's not my department. The support group is great. There are lots of people in there who are in the process, done the process, looking to start the process. People are just looking for support with dentures in general or something like that. So it's a great place to be. I will put a link in the description box as well if you're interested in joining. Just remember that it's just a safe place to be, and we don't allow anyone to take information out of there onto other places just for safety reasons and to keep people's confidentiality. So it's a safe place. Otherwise, I hope I answered all your questions. If I did not, feel free to comment and I will help out as best I can. There are lots of help videos in the group if you're looking for that kind of stuff too. Lots of people in there like to share their experience, so it's an awesome place to be. Otherwise, I hope you guys are having a great holiday season, and I will see you guys in the next one.